Ferrari Purosangue. Introduced in 2023, this vehicle marked one of the most controversial moments in the company's history because it was effectively the brand's first four-door, four-seat production vehicle designed with SUV-like practicality. The manufacturer avoided calling it an SUV entirely, instead describing it as a Ferrari utility vehicle to separate it from traditional luxury crossovers. Unlike most performance SUVs that rely on turbocharged engines, it uses a naturally aspirated 6.5-liter V12 mounted far behind the front axle for near-perfect weight distribution. That decision alone made it stand out immediately in a market filled with smaller turbocharged power plants. The rear-hinged coach doors allow easier access to the back seats while maintaining a sleek coupe-like profile without a central pillar. Engineers also developed an advanced suspension system capable of actively controlling body movement in real time, allowing the vehicle to remain surprisingly flat during hard cornering despite its height. Inside, the cabin feels more like a futuristic Grand Tourer than a traditional SUV, with separate digital displays for both the driver and passenger. The result is a luxury performance machine that behaves less like a family crossover and more like a raised supercar capable of daily use. Lamborghini Urus. When it debuted in 2018, this vehicle completely transformed the company financially and became one of the fastest-selling luxury performance SUVs ever created. Underneath its aggressive bodywork sits a twin-turbocharged V8 engine paired with a highly advanced all-wheel drive system capable of sending enormous power to the pavement in nearly any weather condition. Unlike traditional Lamborghinis built mainly for exotic drama, the Urus was engineered to function as both a supercar and a practical daily vehicle. It features multiple driving modes that dramatically alter suspension stiffness, throttle response, exhaust sound, and even off-road behavior. In its most aggressive settings, the vehicle launches with shocking violence for something weighing well over 2 tons. The styling is intentionally sharp and angular, borrowing heavy inspiration from fighter jets and stealth aircraft. Massive air intakes, hexagonal design themes, and razor-like body lines make it instantly recognizable. Inside, the cockpit uses layered digital screens and aircraft-inspired controls, including a flip-up start button cover resembling a missile switch. The Urus effectively created a new category where practicality and outrageous supercar performance coexist in the same machine. Aston Martin DBX. Released in 2020, this vehicle represented the British manufacturer's attempt to enter the ultra-luxury SUV market while preserving the elegant grand touring identity the brand was known for. Unlike many aggressive performance SUVs, the DBX focuses heavily on balancing speed with refinement and visual sophistication. The exterior avoids overly sharp styling in favor of flowing curves and proportions inspired by the company's sports cars. Under the hood sits a twin-turbocharged V8 engine capable of producing immense power while still delivering smooth long-distance cruising characteristics. Engineers spent enormous effort tuning the suspension to maintain comfort without sacrificing handling precision. The cabin emphasizes handcrafted luxury rather than excessive digital minimalism. Real leather, metal switchgear, and intricate stitching dominate the interior. Aston Martin also designed the seating position lower than many competitors, helping the vehicle feel more connected to the road. Rather than behaving like a tall truck, the DBX attempts to deliver the sensation of a large high-performance Grand Tourer with added practicality. Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Named after the largest diamond ever discovered, this vehicle became the manufacturer's first SUV and one of the most luxurious production vehicles ever built. Instead of focusing primarily on speed or aggressive handling, the Cullinan was engineered around isolation, silence, and comfort. The suspension uses a sophisticated air system paired with cameras that scan the road ahead and prepare the dampers before bumps are encountered. This creates the famous magic carpet ride sensation associated with the brand. The interior is assembled almost entirely by hand using enormous amounts of leather, wood, polished metal, and thick carpeting. Rear passengers can option individual lounge-style seats separated by a center console containing champagne coolers and crystal glasses. Despite its massive size and immense weight, the twin-turbocharged V12 delivers power effortlessly and almost silently. The vehicle was designed to allow wealthy owners to travel anywhere comfortably, whether through crowded cities, snowy mountain roads, or private countryside estates. Unlike many luxury SUVs that attempt to feel sporty, the Cullinan embraces pure opulence above everything else. Range Rover Sport SVR. This vehicle helped redefine what a luxury off-road SUV could become when high-performance engineering was pushed to the extreme. The SVR division transformed the standard Range Rover Sport into something far more aggressive by adding a supercharged V8, upgraded suspension systems, larger brakes, and significantly sharper handling characteristics. Unlike many performance SUVs that abandon off-road capability entirely, the SVR still retains advanced terrain management systems capable of handling mud, snow, sand, and rocky surfaces. That dual personality became one of its biggest selling points. On pavement, the exhaust produces an extremely loud crackling soundtrack more commonly associated with sports cars than luxury SUVs. Inside, the cabin combines premium leather and technology with a more performance-focused atmosphere through heavily bolstered seats and carbon fiber trim. The regular Range Rover Sport leans more toward comfort and prestige, while the SVR version introduces a much more aggressive personality built around speed and drama. Porsche Cayenne. When it launched in 2002, many enthusiasts believed the company had abandoned its sports car roots entirely by building an SUV. Instead, the Cayenne became one of the most important vehicles in the brand's history because it generated enormous profits that helped fund future sports car development. Unlike traditional body-on-frame SUVs, the Cayenne was engineered to feel remarkably car-like with highly responsive steering and balanced chassis tuning. Over multiple generations, it evolved into one of the best-driving luxury SUVs on the market. High-performance versions like the Turbo GT produce acceleration numbers comparable to dedicated supercars while still offering rear seating and cargo space. Porsche also integrated many technologies directly from its sports car division, including advanced suspension systems, rear-wheel steering, and active anti-roll technology. The interior balances clean German engineering with heavy digital integration, giving the cabin a highly modern feel. More than almost any other luxury SUV, the Cayenne proved that practicality and true sports car-inspired handling could coexist successfully. BMW X5M. The standard X5 helped pioneer the modern luxury performance SUV segment when it debuted in the late 1990s. But the X5M pushed that concept into far more extreme territory. Developed by the company's motorsport division, the vehicle combines a high-output twin-turbocharged V8 with aggressively tuned suspension systems and rear-biased all-wheel drive. Despite weighing thousands of pounds, the X5M accelerates with shocking urgency and corners far flatter than its size suggests should be possible. Engineers focused heavily on making the vehicle feel responsive and athletic rather than soft and isolated. The steering is quick, the chassis feels tightly controlled, and the braking performance rivals many dedicated sports sedans. Inside, the cabin combines luxury with a more technical, performance-oriented atmosphere. Large digital displays, illuminated trim, aggressive seating, and configurable drive settings create an environment that feels heavily focused on driver engagement rather than pure comfort alone. Audi RSQ8. This vehicle represents the most extreme performance version of the company's flagship SUV platform. Powered by a twin-turbocharged V8 paired with a mild hybrid system, it delivers enormous straight-line performance while maintaining everyday practicality. Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system plays a major role in how the RSQ8 behaves, giving it immense grip and stability even during aggressive acceleration or poor weather conditions. The styling is muscular without becoming overly dramatic, relying on widened fenders, massive intakes, and sharp lighting signatures rather than excessive visual chaos. Inside, the cabin is dominated by layered digital displays and minimalist luxury design. High-quality materials are combined with advanced infotainment systems and configurable performance settings. The RSQ8 also became widely recognized after setting impressive lap times at the Nürburgring, proving that modern luxury SUVs had evolved into genuine high-performance machines rather than simply fast straight-line cruisers. Bentley Bentayga. Released in 2015, this vehicle became one of the first ultra-luxury SUVs designed to combine handcrafted British luxury with immense speed and power. Early versions used a massive twin-turbocharged W12 engine capable of delivering smooth, almost endless acceleration. Unlike sportier competitors focused on aggressive driving dynamics, the Bentayga emphasizes effortless performance and extreme interior craftsmanship. The cabin contains some of the finest materials used in any SUV, including diamond-stitched leather, real wood veneers, polished metal controls, and optional rear airline-style seating. Bentley engineers spent enormous effort reducing noise and vibration levels to create a calm, isolated driving experience. At the same time, the vehicle remains astonishingly fast for its size, capable of reaching speeds previously associated only with exotic sports cars. The Bentayga essentially merged limousine comfort with supercar-level acceleration. Mercedes-AMG G63. Originally developed from a military off-road platform, the G-Class evolved into one of the most recognizable luxury vehicles in the world. Despite massive technological updates over the decades, the G63 still retains its iconic boxy shape, exposed door hinges, upright windshield, and side-opening rear door. Underneath the rugged exterior sits a handcrafted twin-turbocharged V8 producing enormous power and one of the loudest exhaust notes in the luxury SUV market. Unlike many modern SUVs designed mainly for pavement use, the G63 still retains serious off-road hardware including locking differentials and a body-on-frame structure. That combination of military origins and extravagant luxury created a unique identity no direct competitor fully replicates. Inside, however, the vehicle transforms completely with massive digital screens, ambient lighting, premium leather, and luxury finishes covering nearly every surface. It effectively blends old-school toughness with modern excess. Mercedes-Maybach GLS 600. This vehicle takes the already luxurious GLS platform and transforms it into something much closer to a chauffeur-focused limousine on stilts. Rear passenger comfort becomes the primary engineering priority. The back seats recline deeply and offer massage functions, heating, ventilation, and optional folding tables. Some versions even include champagne refrigerators and silver-plated flutes. The suspension is tuned specifically for maximum ride smoothness, helping isolate passengers from road imperfections almost completely. Exterior styling also becomes far more elegant through extensive chrome detailing and exclusive paint combinations. Unlike the aggressive AMG models focused on speed and exhaust noise, the Maybach GLS focuses almost entirely on calmness, prestige, and isolation. Lexus RX. Introduced in the late 1990s, this vehicle became one of the earliest luxury crossovers to achieve massive mainstream success. Instead of emphasizing extreme performance or aggressive styling, the RX focused heavily on comfort, reliability, quietness, and ease of ownership. That formula proved enormously successful, especially among buyers seeking luxury without the maintenance concerns often associated with European brands. Hybrid versions became particularly important as fuel efficiency grew more valuable in the luxury market. The cabin prioritizes comfort and simplicity with soft materials, smooth ride quality, and excellent long-term durability. While newer competitors chase Nürburgring lap times and aggressive styling, the RX continues focusing primarily on refinement and stress-free ownership. Genesis G580. This vehicle marked a major turning point for the Korean luxury brand because it demonstrated the company could compete directly with long-established European manufacturers. The GV80 combines bold styling, advanced technology, and high-end materials at a price point that undercuts many rivals. The exterior design uses large crest-shaped grilles, split lighting signatures, and clean proportions that give it a strong luxury presence without copying German competitors directly. Inside, the cabin emphasizes minimalist elegance with extensive use of leather, wood, metal accents, and wide digital displays. The ride quality focuses more on smoothness and comfort than hardcore performance handling. One of the vehicle's biggest strengths is value, offering many features standard that competitors charge extra for. The GV80 quickly became proof that newer luxury brands could seriously challenge the traditional hierarchy. Cadillac Escalade 5. This vehicle represents one of the most absurd combinations ever attempted in the luxury SUV segment. The Escalade was already famous for massive size, celebrity status, and imposing road presence, but the V version added a supercharged V8 derived from high-performance sports sedans. The result is a full-size 3-row luxury SUV producing sports car-level acceleration while still functioning as a family vehicle. The supercharger creates an aggressive whining sound under acceleration that contrasts heavily with the vehicle's otherwise luxurious character. Inside, the Escalade features enormous curved OLED displays stretching across the dashboard alongside premium leather, advanced audio systems, and spacious seating for multiple passengers. Magnetic ride suspension technology helps control the vehicle's enormous mass surprisingly well during aggressive driving. The Escalade 5 essentially turns American luxury excess into a high-horsepower performance statement.